Trump is now bullying the European Union again, and leftists are freaking out. They're treating this as a human rights violation. And they're doing this because, of course, they're retarded. For once, though, I am going to help them out for free, even though I should charge some consultation fees for this. And I'm going to frame the argument in a way that's actually making sense and would welcome a leftist at the adult table rather than sitting there at the kiddie table screaming about human rights violations. Look, traveling to someone else's nation is not a human right. No matter how much the left wants it to be, and no matter how much they think it is, going to someone's house is not a right. It's a privilege. And so if I was to decide that every person who wants to visit me has to make the rain dance and then show me their asshole and cough twice while they're bending over, I have all the rights to do that. And if they don't like it, they can just choose not to come to my house. Like, I live in a big neighborhood. There's other houses they can go to, right? It's the exact same thing when visiting a nation. If visiting a country requires you to do certain humiliating activities, you can always choose not to visit that country. So it's not a human rights violation. It's an economic calamity. Like, if Donald Trump actually manages to pass this legislation that he is trying, I would definitely encourage Americans who happen to live in any city or place that has a lot of tourists from overseas to start reconsidering. And I'm not even exaggerating. Because if you're in a town that's actually plugged into the tourist industry, and without tourism there's no jobs, and without jobs, like, the economy collapses, once I finish reading this little snippet to you, you'll understand exactly why you should reconsider staying there. So, this is an executive order, actually, from Trump. It's being discussed right now. It's talking about the elimination of ESTA in favor of a mobile-only system. Okay, so, again, this is targeting tourists, not immigrants. Okay, different things. The first change that they want to do is a new voluntary self-reported exit. So basically, kind of like a checkout system for a nation state. So that America knows that the people that went in there haven't overstayed their visa. Now, this is what it sounds like in theory. In practice, if it's voluntary, most people probably won't use it. And so you're going to get a lot of false positives, where you think that the person has stayed in the country, but in reality, he's already back in Germany. But you can also get false negatives. If someone actually goes into the United States and wants to overstay his visa, wants to stop him from using the voluntary self-checkout system. Like, they can spoof their phone, they can make it seem that the phone is now in Canada, and they sign out, and bada bing, bada boom. And so why are they doing this? Well, they're doing this for grifting purposes. Like, the software costs money to make and maintain, and so the government pays some people to do a job that literally nobody needs. And also you need to employ people that work with the app and the database. So this is how government grift works, right? Like, you hire a cousin, you hire a friend, someone that you owe favor, you give them the jobs. And you create things that aren't effective and no one actually uses, but this is why government inefficiency is a renowned thing. Still, this isn't the problem, right? Like, this is not going to kill the tourist industry. I was just pointing out the grift before I even get to the juicy part. The second one is requiring people applying for tourism to show ID, to show a selfie. Now, this in itself isn't the problem. Most Europeans are used to papers, please, everywhere they go. Even I personally don't really complain about it, because this is not like showing your digital ID to Discord. Like, the problem showing your digital ID to Discord is that now all of my transphobia is being connected to my digital ID. But if you go to America and you show them your papers, well, they don't put a microphone in your rucksack so that they can hear all the cases of homophobia you commit while on their soil. So it's a little bit different, right? Like, you already show a lot of paperwork when you're buying an airplane ticket. You already show paperwork when you're traveling. I mean, you already show your passport, for fuck's sake. So, having a selfie is not a big issue. The big issue, however, is this next one. They want people to give all of their social media accounts from the past 5 years, all of their IP addresses, biometrics such as fingerprints, face, DNA, iris scans when feasible. Am I going to the United States or am I going to fucking prison? Like, what the fuck? I don't think like there's any nation on planet Earth that has this level of screening for tourists. It's like, my brother in Christ, again, like going to someone else's house is a privilege, not a right. But if I am to go to a house that a friend of mine asked me to visit, and they're treating me like this with like face DNA, iris scans, come in a jar so that they can, come on. This is a little bit retarded. We're talking about tourists that you want to go there to spend money. And more importantly, apparently it doesn't target India. Maybe I misread, or maybe my research wasn't accurate enough, or maybe the law is still in the deliberation. But I did see that they're targeting the European Union and Japan, but they're not targeting India. Like, I know we're not supposed to stereotype and stigmatize or make tier lists about countries, but let's be honest, reality does exist, and there is a tier list on countries that, for instance, Israel knows. Like in Israel, if you are a person traveling from Palestine, they're obviously going to perform a more robust verification on you than they're going to perform on a person traveling from Ireland. Right? Like, isn't there like some tier list when it comes to tourism? I don't think like the high crime rate that's happening in the United States is because people from Japan come in to visit. And so if they can actually differentiate between nations and they say, well, okay, India is different. That's very interesting. Why is Japan and the European Union on the list? Now, the interesting point is that I get it. Like a lot of Americans like fucking with European Union. I myself am not an American, but I absolutely do love the shit show to see some of the most smug and arrogant technocrats on planet Earth finally have someone standing up to them. Right? Like Elon Musk tells them some mean words on X, and they freak out like 5-year-old children pissing their eyes. I love seeing that, even if it costs me. Alright? Like, I'm willing to actually pay and give a chunk of my well-being, like knowing that my taxes are going and they're being wasted on the European Union hiring propaganda in order to fight against Musk. I'm fine with that, okay? Just because I see the bot hurt. But in that situation, like, you can actually see the harm that the US is doing to the European Union. In this one, I generally don't. Like, okay, now people that are from Europe are going to travel to Canada, which is pretty much America but colder, rather than travel to Florida. Or, oh no, they're going to travel to Spain rather than travel to the US. Right? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't understand how exactly it's hurting the European Union in any way, shape, or form. The only people that are going to still travel, if this passes, are people that have family in the US or people that have a business in the US. Which, again, like, it's fine if you don't want tourists, like, that's okay. But, like, 41% of the tourist industry is from the European Union, the one that's from overseas. So, like, you don't want our money? Like, that's fine, it is what it is. I mean, I guess we'll go to Canada. I personally will go to Spain. But I wanted to go to America and shoot some guns, like someday, hypothetically speaking. This complicates it. And the reason it's complicated is not necessarily that you have to, like, show your 5 years of social media history. Okay, fine, show your 5 years of social media history so they can arrest you for Fed posting. Okay, but what if I generally can't do it? Like, the last 5 years of IP addresses. Like, fuck do I know what I stood like 3 years ago? I mean, I vaguely remember. But, like, the IP that I used there? And what happens if you lie? Like, there are two problems with this. Number one is the laziness. Like, we live in a world where most people are too lazy to move the mouse and click a like on a video. And you want them to now just make a document with all of their email addresses and shit, when they could just go to another country where they don't have to do that. The second problem, what if you actually get something wrong? Not because you want to, but because you missed, right? So like you're going to the United States, and you have like your 5 addresses there, but you forgot 2 more, and then they are turning you back. Like, why do I want that anxiety in the plane while you're flying there 16 hours and you have your hotel booked with reservations, and you're wondering, oh, are we going to be turned around at the airport when we land? Not to mention the humiliation, the anxiety. Like, no one wants to be in an airport where they take you in that little room and they start asking questions. And so even lawyers are basically saying, yeah, when you travel to the United States, make sure that you clear all of your phone's activity. Make sure that you don't bring additional electronics. And I'm like, I'm going to the United States, right? I'm not going to Britain. What the fuck is going on, you know? The reality, though, like, the reason that I think they're trying to pass this law is to be able to look as if they're acting tough on immigration, while in reality doing jack shit about it. Most of the problems that America has with immigration is not from the tourist industry. It's from the lack of border controls, from the lack of enforcing the laws that they already do. They got a lot of sanctuary cities. That's where the issue is. But that's an issue that's difficult to cost and politically expensive. You know, even the Republicans, I think they actually enjoy the fact that there's no border control in Texas that's robust, because it's a good campaign promise. Like every 4 years, they can say, oh yeah, vote for us, we'll fix it. We'll make it better. If that problem goes away, what key issues do Republicans have then? And so, I think that this is one of those cases where they don't fix the problem, but they can do something which allows them to grift. Because as I mentioned, like, a lot of people are going to be employed with this, a lot of money is going to be spent, and it will also, like, you'll see people on Twitter saying that this is a good thing, that this is a great idea, because they're being manipulated. Like, it's not going to solve anything. The people that happen to run legitimate businesses and they're actually Americans and they have a hotel or a restaurant in a place, they're going to lose out. Their families are going to lose out. Meanwhile, Europeans are just going to go to Canada. Japanese people are just going to go to Asia. Like, again, this is just bewildering, you know? Now, personally, yeah, I did want to go to the United States and shoot some guns, but I'm not going to subject myself to, like, what, dental records and shit in the 5 years of social media history and get all of my IPs and all of my, like, what else do they want? Do they want my bank accounts? Like, let's get real. This is a little bit ridiculous. If I want to meet Americans, I would just meet at the border with Canada. I'll be like, all right, come in and we can have a talk. Still, it may not pass, right? Like, it's just being discussed. But the very fact that it was proposed is just mind-baffling. Let me know what you guys think, though.